Serie A World.
You alright?
Hi man.
Alright, how's it going?
Not bad, not bad.
Good,
Just,
good.
as usual, just enjoyed a good weekend of football really.
Yep. Well, plenty of goals. So we'll just update ourselves on the Europa and conference that we didn't get to do last week. Union SG and Roma drew 1-1. Lazio beat Porto 2-1 and Fiorentina lost to Apoel 2-1. That kind of went under the radar, I think, but I don't think they'll be too bothered. They're doing well in the league and in Europe anyway. So yeah, I mean, do you want me to just jump in with the scores or?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so including from Thursday to Sunday, we had Genoa Como 1-1, Lecce Empoli 1-1, Parma beat Venezia 2-1, Cagliari Milan was 3-3, Juve won the Turin derby 2-0, Atalanta beat Udinese 2-1, Bologna beat Roma 3-2, Fior beat Verona 3-1, Lazio beat Monza 1-0, and then Inter Napoli drew 1-1. On the prediction wise, the AI got 50% of those results. You got 50% plus 3 scores correct, and I got 60% plus 2 scores correct. So, bit of a mixed bag there. But in the actual football game terms, I mean, where do you want to start?
I mean, hopefully we can work backwards. So, yeah, obviously the one that's fresh in our mind would be the game from yesterday evening, which was Inter Napoli. Yeah, 1-1.
Yeah.
Crazy. Great goal from Hakan, so we'll remember that goal for a while, but also a penalty miss, and we were talking right after the game, and just thinking about it now, you know, that little pause when the whistle was blown for the penalty, I kind of thought, no, he's not going to do it, but yeah, I mean, Napoli, they fought well on top of that, and Lukaku didn't score, which people were waiting for. They thought that he was going to have his time and his moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only bit I would say he done well on was putting Kvaratskhelia through, but Acerbi done well to get that tackle. But apart from that, I think Lukaku was contained very well by the defence, within his defence. And then, yeah, as you said, Chanelanu's, I think that they said that was the 20th penalty for Inter. And that's his first miss. So it had to happen at some point. It just happened in a game, and I think lucky for him, he scored that goal just before the. Well, I say before, but earlier in the game, that kind of made people not be as annoyed with him, should we say, for missing that penalty.
That's the thing. You can't really, can you? If you've scored a goal like that, and the end of the day, you know, without that goal, it would have been a real big problem in the match. So, yeah, it's tough to sort of pin it all on him for missing the penalty from Inter's point of view. But yeah, that was the game, and it was a great game, I think, overall.
Yeah, I mean, from a neutral point of view, I think they would have enjoyed that. Whoever watched it, I mean, if you didn't like it, then there's obviously something you don't like about football, because that was a good game. I mean, penalty was debatable, really. I mean, from my point of view, and I think I also heard Conte wasn't very happy about it either.
Yeah, I mean, I also saw not about the penalty, but overall, this is the second time now we've heard Inzaghi say I was not happy with that team. The other game was against Juventus, so the other big game he had to play. It seems like he's getting a bit frustrated these days. Yeah,
but that's good. That's good to see.
Yeah, he was complaining, saying that, you know, he's not happy with the way things panned out on the pitch for his team. And yeah, I mean, of course he had that nice little victory with Arsenal earlier in the week, but yeah, these types of games, I mean, I'd be emotional too. But what were you going to say? That they should 100% be winning against Juve and Napoli. It's not that easy, is it? These are
No.
top, really good teams this year as well. So yeah, just want to see how Inzaghi picks this back up after the international break.
Yeah, and then obviously there's the news of Roma then sacked Juric after their game, which was expected really, losing 3-2 to Bologna.
Yeah, and you got a nice little lineup of managers. Some good, interesting names there that are linked to the job. Seems like Mancini could be the favourite. I'm thinking.
It seems like it from what we're hearing. Whether that's true, you never know if it's just to throw everyone off or not. But at the moment, that seems to be where they're looking. Allegri has been mentioned as well. But is he interested in taking the job? I don't know. Maybe. He's got no other job. He was at the Inter-Napoli game as well.
That's the thing, and I think, the Roma, I know considering where they are in the league, but they're still a high-profile club. They've got good ownership, so a big name. It's quite attractive for them if there's a project with potential money to spend. But still, I think you and me agree. De Rossi should have just stayed there, and they shouldn't have got rid of him. Maybe it would be a different story now, wouldn't it?
Well, that's the thing. Roma are a funny team, and yeah, it's going to be strange to see who comes in and what they're going to do, because they can't keep just bringing someone in, getting rid of them, bringing someone in, getting rid of them. They're going to have to really go for this long term and put in place. And even if it's a case that they feel like they're in some sort of transition, they need to make that a point of that as well. But I think they've got the players to do well. That's the thing. There shouldn't really be any excuses, but the only excuse they've got is the league is hard. It's not an easy league to go in, so whoever takes that Roma job is going to be under pressure straight away. No matter who they're playing, they're gonna find it difficult. So yeah, there's been also some notable wins for Lazio, Fiorentina, Atalanta, Juventus, Parma, and then we had some draws as well. I watched the Cagliari-Milan game there. Milan were useless in defence. Really, it was just shocking how bad they were. They were lucky they drew 3-3.
Well, the good news is Leao's still there. He's still doing it. 2 goals in the game.
But do they want 3 points or just Leao to have a good game?
I think they wanted Leao to have a good game and Tammy to have a chance.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing, it's just one of those things. I think he's still that one on the tightrope, isn't he? That for them to be the next one to go, I think.
Yeah. He seems to keep saving himself once every...
Well, just at the last minute, isn't it?
Yeah. Making it harder to make the case for it.
But there's seems to be some sort of media thing where I think it's probably come from Milan themselves, where they've been trying to kind of turn their reputation, because it seems too much of a coincidence that all the media outlets plus commentators and all this stuff just keep bigging up every little thing that he does, and I just find that a bit strange, because they don't seem to be looking at the whole performance of the team itself. But it is what it is, and so it's that thing of the league is difficult. It's never going to be easy. You can't just go in and think that's it. The table is just ridiculously tight in every section of it. At the top, to win the league is crazy. Even if you look at from 1st to 6th, it's 2 points. Do you know what I mean? And that's good. Napoli, Atalanta, Fiorentina, Inter, Lazio, and Juve.
That's the thing. And just on that, do you not think it's worrying? Milan are always in the top. Well, I say always in the top 4, but you know what I mean. They're always up there somewhere. it seems like they're slipping out of it. You know, you just mentioned that little points bracket.
Yeah.
They're not in there.
They're just outside that, yeah.
This feels strange because you know 9 times out of 10 they're always in there. So do you think they can make it back up? Do you think they can squeeze into at least top 4?
At the moment, so Juve are the 6th team with 24 points. Milan is 7th and joint with Bologna. To be honest, you can look at it another way if they want to make it out. They could say Napoli are 1st, Atalanta, Fiorentina and Inter, and Lazio is 2nd, Juve 3rd and Milan are 4th. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. So they are 7th and they are 6 points behind Juve. So they have to win 2 games without any of the teams above them winning to even catch Juve.
Yeah,
if you look at it that way.
So what you mean. When you put it that way, actually, it doesn't seem so bad. Because I'm looking at Fiorentina, I'm looking at Lazio. Yeah, they're great. They're doing okay. But they're teams that, for sure, somewhere along the line, they're going to start choking. Yeah. It happens. And I guess that's where, I guess Fonseca's got his game plan right. Then you should be consistent and getting back up in there. Yeah, I guess when you put it like that, it's not so scary. It's just when you look at the table and it's 18 points, while the rest are well into their 20s.
Yeah,
that's the scary thing.
It's 8 points between them and Napoli at the top, which again, it doesn't sound as much when you look at it like that, but it's all about consistency. And the thing is, at the moment, the teams above them are all being consistent. I'd say. The one that's not looking as consistent as it was before is Juve, but apart from that, Lazio, Inter, Fiorentina, Atalanta, Napoli, they just seem a bit unstoppable at the moment. They're having little drops off now and then, but overall, so far, they've been the most consistent, and obviously that's why they're at the top as well. So yeah, there's that. I was just going to mention that I've uploaded a couple more highlights because, as well as the weekend ones, on the 8th of November, Italy under-17s beat Wales under-17s 4-0, and then today they beat Norway under-17s 7-0. So I'll put those highlights up. On the 13th, the under-19s are playing Montenegro. On the 14th, the under-18s are playing Switzerland, and then in the evening of that, on the 14th, the main Italy are playing Belgium away, 7:45. On the 15th, the under-20s are playing Poland, under-21s are playing France. 16th of November, under-19s are playing Bosnia, and then 17th of November, under-18s are playing Switzerland, and then that's when in the evening the main team are playing France at 7:45, and then there's just a few more games. So on the 19th of November, Italy under-19s are playing Greece, under-20s are playing Romania, and under-21s are playing Ukraine. So there's going to be quite a few highlights. If they're all available, I'll put them up by our next one. So is there anything else you want to talk about before we...
Yeah, there's a couple. So Moise Kean, first of all. Do you want him to join your team? We don't say what your team is here, but he could already be at your team.
I actually did want him at my team quite a long time ago. Obviously, he was at Juve, and then they kind of, I suppose he didn't play well there, and had some loan spells. Didn't do very well, but I think he's now found a team which suits him. But is he going to make the same mistake where other players, because this has happened before. Do you remember when I think Adriano went to Fiorentina, did a similar thing? There's been so many other players that they go to a so-called smaller club, do very well, then go back to a bigger club and don't do nothing. So it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to stay or if he's going to move. But at the moment, he's unstoppable. Obviously, he's got his hat-trick on the weekend. I'm just really glad all the Italian players are picking up, especially in the forward lines, whether it's Keane, Retegui, Orsolini's picking up now as well. it's all coming together. And say there's Luca as well, and then say we've still got players to come back. So it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to the internationals to see what we're going to do there. So yeah, I mean, what have we? No, we haven't talked about the squad, have we? Do you want me to quickly run through that as well?
Yeah, go on. Let's see what because he called them up, didn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, who's in there?
So they've got in goal. Well, I won't even say the positions. We'll just go through the list. Donnarumma, Vicario, Meret, Bastoni, Bongiorno, Gatti, Ocoli, Camuso, DiMarco, Udogi, Cambiasso, Di Lorenzo, Savona, Locatelli, Rovella, Barella, Tonali, Fratesi, Pisoli, Maldini, Raspadori, Retegui, and Keane, which is good. The only one I'd probably question is Raspadori, to be honest.
It's not the wild card he brings along.
Well, I mean, like I like Raspadori. I've liked him for a long time, but he doesn't play enough, and he's playing even less. Like before, he was kind of back up last season in Napoli. Now he's even more so. He gets some minutes now and then. He is decent, but should he be there? I mean, I don't know if Luca's injured. Maybe he's injured now, but I would have rather had him, for example. So.
I think he is. I saw somewhere today he is injured.
Oh, okay, that might explain it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't looked up to see who's still all right and who's not, or what to say if I'd have any other suggestions. But I mean, in a general sense, I think that is a very good team.
It is, and there's a selection headache for him.
Well, it is, yeah.
Also, so they're saying he doesn't want to shift. He wants to keep the one striker. If he does that though, he's got to pick out of one. Whereas, why not think about changing it to like a 3-5-2 and having both of them up there? That would be good. But I'm reading that he doesn't want to.
Well, it depends. Because he might mean that he wants to basically put Retegui with Raspadori and Keane on the side. Do you know what I mean? Even though they're also centre forwards or strikers or second strikers, whatever you want to call them, he probably means that he'll do it like that rather than two and then behind, if you know what I mean. So I don't know. We'll have to see how they do against Belgium and then France. But I'm really glad how the team's come together now, and the potential in it is ridiculous as well. It's not even like they're all in their peak. Do you know what I mean? So this squad, I'm really looking forward to and seeing what they put together. I mean, just having a quick look. I mean, we've got a lot of 19, 20, 21, 21, 22, 23, 23, 24, 24, 24, 24, 25, 25 years old and all that. So, I mean, our oldest player is Di Lorenzo, 31, and then there's a drop to Vicario, 28.
It's really good.
And as I say, the quality in the players, the same. Raspadori is probably my only thing that maybe they could have been changed there, but I'm saying without going to have a look in that, I'm happy with agreeing with him in that sense, especially if they all put on the performances we know they can. Yeah,
that's it. So yeah, looking forward to that first national team game. That's going to be amazing. Yeah, we see all these boys, at their peak right now, doing more of the same in the national stage. So yeah, can't wait for that. Also wanted to mention about. So I mentioned we talked about Luca. Sorry, I think I was mistaken. It was not Luca that was injured. Richie. So Locatelli's coming for him.
But
So
again,
don't forget what I said about Luca. That was all wrong.
Yeah, but again, that just shows you to be able to take Richie out and put Locatelli in. I mean, how many other players there are that we could make into a team. So I don't think. Well, let's put it this way: these players were all around when Mancini was manager as well. Let's just say that. I don't want to say any more about that because he was complaining there was no players. But it depends who you look at. But anyway, that's that. Yeah, so anything else? Or
Yeah.
Go on.
You watching the Turkish league, are you?
I'm not watching the Turkish league. I mean, sometimes. But if it's there, it's on. But I know a lot of the ex-Serie A players are killing it at the moment. Yeah.
That is exactly what I was going to say. So if you look at the top 5 goal scorers, right, in the Turkish league, 4 of them heavily featured in Serie A, right? So you have first is Immobile.
Yeah.
He's top scorer of 8
Oh, is it?
goals. Yeah. Then right after
I'm just having a look now as well. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got Zeko right after him with 7 goals.
Yeah.
So this guy didn't play in Serie A. Simon Banza, he's got 6. But after that, right after that, you've got Osimhen.
Yeah.
And then you've got Piontek.
Yeah.
I've just read all the goals wrong, by the way. That's their appearances. But yeah, these are the top 5 goal scorers.
Yeah, there's some other ones that are joint with them, but I'm saying they're doing well. And Osimhen said he's going to stay until the end of the season now, because there was a lot of talk of him leaving in January. So having clauses in his contract to be able to go to speak to one of the big clubs and leave. But he's saying, who knows? You never know with footballers, do you? They say one thing.
He's picked up quickly though, at least. But I guess he wants to just make sure that he's got a good move lined up for himself, isn't it? And put in the work now, and he's started well. But just to make clear up that earlier mistake. So Immobile 8, Zeko 7, Banza not Serie A affiliated but 6, Osimhen 6, Piontek 6. So that's crazy. And I want to look at this again at the end of the season, see who takes that golden shoe of the Turkish league.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. And the cat will too.
Exactly. But gotta say, we've had a good weekend, and there's a lot to look forward to on the screens. Briefly mentioning the Turin derby as well. It was, as expected, a Juve sweep. They took it. Torino did not score. One more thing was, did you expect McTominay to be this much of a hero for Napoli?
I mean, as I say, I thought he was an alright player anyway before. I just still think, whatever they want to say, that you play for Man U, you're not going to develop well. That's all I'm saying. It's a terrible club. It's all a club that's just basically surviving on past reputation, which is a domestic reputation rather than a European one. And for some reason, with a lot of marketing and stuff, they are one of the most well-known clubs. But if you look in football terms, anyone that goes there, they don't develop well. The club can have a team of individuals, but if they're not working as a team, what's the point? So if any players are looking to go to Man U, then they're only looking for the money and the world reputation, and that's my opinion personally. Because why would you? I just don't get it. But again, as I say, that's my opinion. And I just think if you want to be developing, if you want a good standard of life and you're not thinking about the money, but you want to actually play good football and develop no matter what your age, go to Serie A.
Right. Yeah,
that's it.
I get that.
If they can prove to me they can do it in Serie A, then I say they're a decent footballer. If you're doing it in other leagues, then I'm not saying that leagues are crap, but standard and the amount of top managers that have said every time they've gone to Italy how difficult it is, how much they develop, and all that is unbelievable. So compared to any other league, that is the league to go to, and that's how it should be. But this is not an ideal world. This is all a money-grabbing world, and that's why they come to the Prem.
Well, there you go.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, and before I go, anyone wants to watch any videos or highlights, I would just recommend two things. One is obviously Hakan, his goal yesterday, but also just not even a goal, just the assist, Rangers' assist.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
That was crazy. Did you? So the angle.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe
it. It was brilliant.
Perfect.
And it was a good finish as well from the out.
Yeah. He had to he had to finish that.
Yeah. And even his second goal, he did well to go around the goalie, and that's what every Milan fan has been expecting. Him to be doing that consistently for years now. That's what they want, and it's like it's good he's done it in that game. Is he going to do it in the next one though? That's what they want to see.
That's the thing, right? And I guess saying just two things is better to square this off with three. I would just say Zaccagni's goal.
Yeah, it was a lovely. He tried it just before as well and hit the post, but the second one where he actually put it in was much better.
Exactly, and captain steps up. But there you go. That's everything from me.
Yeah, and that's everything from me as well. We've done our piece. We'll watch the Italy games, and we'll come back after that and then discuss what Italy have done and what the fixtures are going to be coming up after that as well.
Yeah, and just something that just came in here. Seeing as we were just talking about the Premier League, Lampard has been and is excluded from consideration for the Roma job.
I'm glad to hear that.
So there you go.
Very glad to hear that, because that is, again, would be a terrible choice. Terrible choice. Again, going on a player's reputation of football, playing football, not a coach's reputation. That would have been a bad move. So yeah, that's happy news to end with. Glad to hear. Right, I will speak to you next time.
Nice one.
See you later.
Bye. Cheers, bye.